Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below and buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'm proud to be reviewing the Rolex Daytona Le Mans reference 126528LN in yellow gold with a black ceramic bezel and a very special Le Mans dial. I will tell you a little bit about the history of the Daytona, then tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Daytonas. Then I'll tell you about the case bezel dial bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts, as well as tell you about the difference between this Le Mans and other regular Daytonas. Okay, so let's start a little bit with the history. Basically, when the Daytona came out, so quite some time ago. I want to say it's like 50 years ago. And since then, it was actually released in 1963. So what does that make it? Actually, more than 50 years. I think that makes it 60 years approximately since it had been released. There's a lot of variations of it. Rolex initially was going to call it the Le Mans instead. They called it the Daytona because the American market was their biggest market, or it still is. And so naming the watch after the Daytona, a race that Americans would recognize, was a very smart decision. And it definitely has proven itself to be a good and wise, sound decision, as it is Rolex's premier collection. And they've done the most number of variations of it. And they've done, I would say it's their best collection or best line of watches. Okay, let's not talk too much about the history. It's not a history lesson, so let's talk about where this watch stands in the lineup. Well, this Le Mans, it's a special edition Rolex. Now, you might think special edition, they don't make special editions. Oh, yes, they definitely do. They make what they call off-catalog. So off-catalog, special edition, limited edition, whatever you want to call it, it all means the same thing, basically. It's not something that a normal person can just go to their Rolex authorized dealer, sign up, put themselves on a wait list and eventually buy it. No, it's off catalog, which means it's not even on their catalog. It's limited, which means because there's not very many out there, they're not just producing tons of them. For example, regular Daytonas, they're not limited. You can produce as many as you want. Now, how many it's limited to, only Rolex knows, we don't know, but it definitely is limited. It's a very limited supply, in fact. And that is the reason why the price is really gone through the roof. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about when this was released. It was released in 2024. And before that, in 2023, Rolex released the white gold version of this, also the Le Mans reference 126529LN. So there's only been two releases of the Daytona Le Mans. And the yellow gold one is what you're looking at here. And it's only been, and the white gold was only released for about 9 months of 1 year, something like that, and they discontinued it. The yellow gold probably will be no different. They haven't discontinued it yet, but they have it in, but it's been around for approximately a year. I suspect, as you could imagine, the next Le Mans will probably be in rose gold, and after that they'll just stop it. And so these cars, they're trading for over 200,000, the yellow gold version, even though they're the retailer somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around 50,000 or so, but it's trading for more than 200,000. That's almost 250,000. So, and I believe it probably will continue to increase, given that the supply is limited. And it's a very smart move by Rolex. Okay, that's a little bit of where this watch stands in the lineup. Now I'm just going to tell you two major differences before I start telling you what the specifics of each watch or specifics of each character. The two big differences, three big differences of this watch. Let's just go through them. So let's start with the case. The case is actually the same as any other Daytona. It's just made in yellow gold, but there's many made in yellow gold. Let's talk about the dial or the bezel here. This is the first difference. The bezel here is ceramic. Now, Rolex makes other yellow gold ceramic bezels, but they don't make the yellow gold with the gold bracelet. So that is special in and of itself. But what is even more special, which is a nice little touch that they've done here, is they put the 100 at the bottom. You see, there's 100. Okay, and they put it in red. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. So they put the 100 in red at the very bottom. It's painted in red. And the rest of the bezel is ceramic with a gold that goes around the rim and the gold that's baked into the ceramic. So it's a ceramic bezel with a red accent. Very, very nice. And they don't do this again on any other, whenever you have a ceramic bezel, it's always with a Oyster Flex strap. They don't do it yellow gold with ceramic bezel and bracelet combination. They do this ceramic bezel with a bracelet combination on the platinum, but not on the yellow gold. Okay, so that's it for the bezel. Let's move on to the dial, and I think the dial is also very special. It looks similar to a vintage Daytona 6263 model in that the sub dials are silver. Normally, when Rolex does a black dial on chronograph, they match the sub dials to the gold that it is. So in this case, it's yellow gold. They would have made the sub dials yellow, but here they made it sort of a vintage look by putting these silver or white sub dials in there. Not only did they do that, but they reconfigured the way that the markers look. So it has this very old school looking markers on the sundials. You see there's like a circle with a dot at the end of it. It looks just really old school, very vintage. And of course, then they put the Daytona words in red to match that 100 on the bezel, which really just looks fantastic. It gives it a very vintage look. Okay, that is the dial, and then the bracelet is no different from any other bracelet on any other Daytona. It's just your normal bracelet. Here is the last part. So I told you two parts that are different. The bezel is different, the dial is different, and the last part that is different is going to be the movement. Normally on the movement, you have it's covered, you can't see it, and which is fine. But on the platinum, for example, Rolex is showing the movement. And in this situation, they also show the move. So they're showing the movement for the Daytonas on the platinum, as well as the special edition Le Mans. And it's a 4132 movement. The movement itself is a 4132 movement. Now, what is the difference between this movement and any other Daytona movement? The other Daytona is a 4131 movement. And that 4131 movement does not have a gold rotor and it's not visible. It has a closed case back. So this Daytona has a 4132 movement, which the only difference actually is that it has a gold rotor on it and it has an exhibition case back where you can see through it. Okay. All right. So that is the movement, which is also different, right? Okay, now I guess it's time to try this watch on my wrist. I've told you about every single part. Now, I'm 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, and I have a 7.5 inch wrist. What are my thoughts? Well, I have to say I love it. I think it's great. Is probably the best looking Daytona that the money can buy. I'm not too huge of a fan of all those diamonds and rubies and all that stuff, especially for men. However, I would say that the platinum Daytona with ice blue baguette, that one is pretty nice. You can barely tell that those are indexed, so I have to say I do like that one. But this one definitely is another level. Either the white gold or the yellow gold, both are okay by me. By the way, I want to tell you this, since you watched this far, if you're looking and thinking about this watch, the watch is going to cost you, over 200,000. At the moment, it's somewhere between around 240 or something like that, USD. And who knows if that price will change, but that's what it's going for right now. So if you don't want to pay that huge, massive price tag, we can actually make this watch for you by taking a regular Daytona and then replacing the bezel and the dial so that it looks like the Le Mans. It won't be exactly the Le Mans because we can't get the back, the rotor part. We could actually do an exhibition case back for you, but the rotor itself would not be it would not have a gold color. However, if you really, really wanted to, we could actually dip the rotor and make that rotor plated with gold, so it could look exactly like this. So if you really want that, just give us a call at Jazz Time, and that whole process, we can make it all finished to look exactly like this one, even with yellow gold, somewhere around probably less than 60,000. Okay, so yeah, including the open case back and dipped in gold. So it's a process. It takes some time, but we could do it. Okay. Anyways, so one of my thoughts is just it's a fantastic watch. It's a great that Rolex put this ceramic bezel on a gold watch. Makes it very durable, very unique. I love the way the dial is vintaged out, and I love the accents on it, and I think every part of it just it's one of the best watches that you can get. So if you want to buy this at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on show more to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.